Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shegun Williams, and for your viewing pleasure, you know him, you love him, put your hands together, make some noise for Dr. Njakire Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world.
Yeah.
New York City is so great that as the presidential candidates descend on us, we are showing them what makes New York City the greatest city in the world.
Yes.
Watch.
Yeah, this is an immigrant community. An immigrant community. God bless you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh yeah. We're an immigrant community. We speak all the languages in the world.
Yes.
And our newspapers, they also speak our language too. Look at the Daily News, their cover for Ted Cruz on his first day in New York City. I know. You see? They say, F-U, I use F-train. I didn't know that that's what it means, you know? You see? For the next 1 week, New York City is the bride of American politics.
Yes.
All those who wish to be president of the United States, they must first come and seduce New York City.
Yes.
If you have any sense, I'm telling you, I'm talking to you, Bunny, all of you. If you have any sense, you have to suck up to New York City. It's not always like this. You know, it used to be that before they get to New York City, the primaries are over. But not this year. The candidates must come and beg us for our votes.
Why?
That includes Democratic Party candidates, Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Do you know the guys? Yeah. Oh, yeah. For those who do not know, one was born in New York City but went out of state to become a senator. The other one was born out of state but came to New York City to become a senator.
Oh, wow.
You know? And then there is Donald Trump. Now, he was born and bred in New York City. Okay. But for tax purposes, he's a resident of Florida. I know. By that I mean that there is no income tax in Florida. So he claims to live in Florida. Meanwhile, he's behind his always in New York City. But talking about Florida, the governor of Florida, Rick Scott, do you guys know him?
Yeah.
Yes.
He had an earful when a woman confronted him inside Starbucks. Oh yeah, the man went to buy coffee and then this woman started yelling at the governor for cutting benefits to women, for dealing with the poor, for not treating working people well. Watch.
Or is looking forward to finishing school. You really feel like you have a job coming up? You stripped women of access to public health care. Shame on you, Rick Scott. We depend on those services. Rich people like you don't know what to do. When poor people like us need health services, you cut them. Shame on you, Rick Scott.
Wow.
You see, the woman said, shame on you, Rick Scott. Shame on you. And then she said, rich people like you don't know what to do. Now, that is where the woman got it wrong. Rich people don't know what to do with poor people. But maybe that's right. But they know what to do with their money. They know where to hide their money. Panama Canal Express. Yes. We're going to get to that story. But first, let's go to South Africa, where our friend, President Jacob Zuma, survived an impeachment vote. The man survived. Yeah. Last week, we told you how the Supreme Court in South Africa, how they said that Zuma violated the Constitution when he pimped his house with state money. Yeah. Well, the opposition, they moved in. They wanted to impeach the president. Now, in the impeachment vote, 143 MPs voted yes.
Wow.
While 233 MPs voted no.
Wow.
10 other MPs, they voted for Mandela to reincarnate. Now, here is what happened afterwards. Watch.
It will be recorded that ANC members of this parliament chose to defend a crooked, broken president instead of the Constitution and the rule of law.
I know. Did he just call Zuma crooked? let's hear from Malema.
No single individual has been held accountable. And you want us to believe that you are protecting the Constitution, you live by the rule of law.
Wow. You know what he said? Yes. This is a good point. Nobody has been held accountable. That is very important. Did you hear that, Saraki? Did you hear what he just said? Holding people accountable. Anyway, let's hear more from Malema.
We are all equal before the law. And including Zuma, he must be equal before the law.
Order. Yes.
Oh! He said, we are all equal before the law. You know, in Africa, this is like an alien concept, being equal before the law. It's like saying that we're all equal when we apply for a job at the Central Bank of Nigeria. No. Some people can call the Central Bank governor. Anyway, in his reaction, Zuma said, and I quote, "I am sorry, I will refund the money." I know. Imagine if Ibrahim Babangida, Sani Abacha family, Olusegun Obasanjo, people like Goodluck Jonathan. Imagine if they arrive at this same epiphany. Imagine how much money will come into the Nigerian treasury when they start refunding the money, our money, you know, the diverted money. Oh, no, I mean the stolen money. That's what it is. Meanwhile, in Kenya, the International Criminal Court has thrown out the case against Kenya's Deputy President, William Ruto. Wow. Yeah. Here is the reaction of Kenya's President, Uhuru Kenyatta. Watch.
Kenya has proved that we are a law-abiding believers in the rule of law, believers in justice, and we have been vindicated.
I know. If you listen to Uhuru, you won't know that the court said they threw the case out because there was insufficient evidence. And I wonder why. Why is it that there's insufficient evidence? Could it be, the court noted that the government of Kenya interfered with witnesses. Now, in Africa, when they say interfered, we mean they bribed witnesses or they buried them. They just tell you choose. Either we bribe you or we bury you, whichever one you want. Now, but the court refused to acquit Ruto. They said, no. Now, that did not stop Kenyans from celebrating the ICC ruling. Watch them.
The mood was tangibly a bit at the historic 64 grounds in Eldoret, a gathering of political leaders. The church leaders present were challenged to take up their roles of preaching peace and unity to avoid a repeat of 2007-2008 when the country went off the rails.
I know, this Kenyan self, they are still stuck in the 70s. Look at that man, look at how he's dressed. Anyway, the ICC says that it will hold off. You know, they will watch things until the next Panama papers are leaked. Then they will know whether there will be evidence to go after these people. I know. Now, forget about African leaders. If your father or uncle has been making frantic phone calls to Hong Kong, Singapore, London in the last few days, he probably has some secret offshore shell company accounts about to be exposed. He's trying to hide things. Now, long time ago, Nigeria's military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, I'm talking about before Kipinere was born and all these people, he said that the problem of Nigeria was not how to make money, but how to spend it. Wow. I know, that has since changed, you know. What has not changed is that for Nigerian politicians, especially governors, the problem has always remained not how to make money. I misspoke again. The problem of Nigerian governors has not been how to steal money, but how to hide it. People think it's easy to steal money. You can steal it, but how do you hide it? Now, it started long ago when David Mark was still a governor. When the James Iboris of the Fourth Republic, they came along, they built on what David Mark built. I believe it was General T.Y. Danjuma who showed them the way to Panama in 1972. That was when Bukola Saraki, who was still a baby playing in a cardboard box. Not the kind of box that he is now playing in, you know, this one. that time he was still a baby playing in a cardboard box. Oh, yeah. So this is how the conversation starts. Oh boy, I don't find place to hide money. And the other one will say, where? They say, na Panama, that is the real deal. And so it is. They all lined up and go and hide money in secret shell companies. Yeah. I was surprised to see that Aliko Dangote, you know him, the richest man in Africa, that he was one of those people hiding money hiding money abroad. Yeah. This is what I don't understand. When Dangote said he owned no house abroad, I was dancing and dancing. I said, this is the real investor. This is the real entrepreneur. This is a patriot. I forgot to ask him whether his secret shell companies own mansions abroad. I forgot. Now, forget what anyone tells you. If your wealth is self-made and legitimate, and you're a patriot, why would you want to hide your money where your children can never get to? Because this is how they hide the money everywhere. They can't even remember. They die and their children won't even know. Look at Abacha, the one he hid the other. It's now coming back to us because nobody even knew. The children didn't know that, he hid money in Switzerland. Anyway, now, let me ask you. This is my question. I'm just asking this question. Are we now allowed to officially call David Mark and Bukola Saraki thieves? I'm just asking. Are we? Is it time? Do we have to wait more? No? Now, Nigerians, for your information, God has done all he could do for us. With this lake, he has done everything he could do. The rest is up to us. The Prime Minister of Iceland did not just resign. No, his people hit the streets and demanded that the man must resign. Yeah, they did not just sit at home beside their computer and started writing press releases and doing tweets like all of you. Yeah. They went to the street and said, you have to go. Now, is it too late for Bukola Saraki to resign? Do you think? I'm just saying, I'm asking, or does he need a little push from the people to get the message? Now, in his defense, Saraki said that, and I quote, he said, I have fully complied with the law of asset declaration. What? I said, Benny, it was just that his madam, messed up big time. Tony. Bad girl. You were hiding money from Bukola Saraki. You know that he will be discovered. Now see how you put your man in trouble. A very innocent man. Hey. Meanwhile, at the EFCC, a witness reported that Saraki's personal assistant deposited 600,000 naira to 900,000 naira. Hey. 50 times in one day. In a bank account. Now, before you crucify Saraki, I want you to know that on that day, Panama, they had cash flow problems. What? And the president of Panama called Saraki and said, please, can you help us? We need some money. And being a generous man, he had to send money to Panama. The same way he's been helping Kwara State. I'm just saying. Now, I went to Bukola Saraki's Twitter page to see if he has done the right thing, following all these stories that are coming out. I was thinking that a man like him, he would do the right thing. And surprisingly, he did. He is now preaching transparency and accountability. Wow. Just like that common sense Senator Ben Bruce. He's preaching accountability and transparency. Anyway, so what are the other senators? What are they saying about their leader, what he's going through? Let's hear from one of them. Watch.
But as far as I'm concerned, it's a very big shame for this country, for the mature citizen to be subjected to this kind of environment.
I know. He said, as far as I am concerned, it's a very big shame for this country, for the number 3 citizen of this country to be subjected to this kind of environment. What? wait, Mr. Wait. What kind of environment? What are you talking about, Mr. Yang? To have 90 lawyers follow the man to court, while common criminals, common thieves like him, who stole cell phone and Gary, go to jail without anybody defending them. What is the environment? To have stupid and shameless senators follow a man with battered reputation to court, all in an effort, what am I saying? To support him, while common criminals like him, who stole a gallon of fuel, cannot afford bail money. What is the environment of Mr. Ozo title holder? When Anyanwu used to be a deity, people like you, thunder will strike you, but those days are gone. Anyway, children, here are the people supporting Saraki. Please take note of them. When you grow up, don't ask who spoiled your country. These are the men. Wow. And talking about renegade lawmakers. Lawmakers in Nasarawa State exchanged blows over allegation of that someone collected a bribe. Can you imagine that in Nigeria? What is new about that? Watch them in action.
Some of the combatants reach for nearby objects to be used as weapons, but the sergeant at arms rescues the mace before it can be wielded. A rather acrobatic attempt at wingless flight ends in a crash landing.
Can you see that? No, they are not playing. Somebody, did he take the oh my goodness. What? Oh, we are done. This is good. You know, they are showing passion. And if you believe in what you're doing, if you love your country, you have to show passion. It's a good thing.
So sad.
On fuel scarcity. Despite the Minister of Petroleum Affairs, this is the minister, the Minister for State, not the real one. Despite his promise that there will be an end to fuel scarcity in Nigeria in 7 days, it continues to be a problem. Now, Ibe Kachiku came out to say this, and I quote, "I never said fuel scarcity will end on April 7th. Oh yeah, he came out to say that. I said to myself, that's it. From now on, we want all government officials in Nigeria to speak pidgin English. We want to be able to know what they are saying. We can understand them. They can understand us. They won't come out to say, this is not what they say. Because when they speak this big grammar, we can't understand what they are saying. They can't even understand what they are saying. Like this one.
This country was deposited in a cul-de-sac of economic quagmire, political phantasmagoria, and social caligolegory.
I know. You all say that I don't talk about sports, I don't talk about football, right? You know? No, I understand. I hear that. Well, today I found a very interesting story for you. Mr. Ifan Yoba, the man who wanted to fix the Naira for Buhari, but they won't make him the minister. Out of anger, he slapped a goalkeeper.
Hey!
Oh yeah, he does. I was thinking, what did the man do? But the man doesn't have any reason. He, after all, his team is at the top of the national league in Nigeria. He slapped a goalkeeper. Watch. I know.
Wow.
It's like, now, as a punishment, they said that they are suspending him. He's banned from attending games. 10 matches. That's it. This is what I don't understand about Nigeria. What is 10 matches? What is banning him for 10 matches? If you want the man to learn any lesson, send him to Kirikiri prison. Send him to a prison, and for 10 days, he won't slap anybody anymore. But again, if we had made him the governor of the central bank, this man will have slapped the Naira into contention. Naira will have developed value and be competing with other currencies of the world. Kids, I'm telling you, this is how you handle things in serious countries.
Hey!
This is a segment we call Secrets of
Picture!
It's based on the premise that a picture is worth more than 1,000
words.
Good. Now, the first picture you're looking at is that of a man who is withdrawing money from an ATM machine in Nigeria. Oh yeah. His boys had to hold out his abada to block people from seeing what is going on there.
Hey!
I say, poor boys. This is their job. This is the problem with poverty. While his mates, Bukola Saraki and David Mark, they took care of business in Panama. This is the best thing this man could do. Poverty is a terrible thing to behold in action. Terrible thing. The second picture you're looking at is that of former President Olusegun Obasanjo dancing with the former First Lady, Patience Jonathan. Look at that picture, The moment Obasanjo asked her, he said, Patience, now only you waka come. And she nodded yes. Obasanjo brought her his tongue like, I know, bad man, old man, sharp man. Look at that picture well. The tongue is saying to his daughter-in-law, Gwenga's wife, saying, if you don't want it anymore, someone else does. That's what the tongue is saying. Another way of looking at that picture is imagine Wizkid and Linda Ikeji. Few weeks from today, this could be Linda Ikeji with Wizkid dancing. It could be. Meanwhile, you people have been fighting each other over them. This picture says a lot. In fact, after this picture, you know what happened next? Obasanjo went to Aso Rock. to see Buhari. Yeah. Because Patience said something whispered something into his ears, and he said, I must tell the president. This is how the world works. This is Nigeria for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Here are some stories making headline news across Nigeria this week. Sudan's President Omar Bashir to step down in 2020.
Wow.
Are you not impressed?
Wow.
An African leader finally saw Vision 2020. Guess the thank you note he got from The Hague. The ICC, International Criminal Court, said to him, no problem, we will wait for you.
Wow.
I know. Crazy. Nigerian Navy postpones recruitment as 300,000 people apply for 3,000 slots.
Whoa. Wow.
They have only 3,000 positions. 300,000 people applied. I mean, I'm not surprised. With naval chief, you remember naval chiefs, they've been stealing 500 million a month. Why won't anybody apply? Why won't you apply if you have the chance to get to that position where you steal 500 million naira every month? Why not? That's what I'm talking about. Corruption is not stealing. Stealing is not corruption. EFCC arrests Jonathan's cousin over $40 million contract scam.
Wow.
The cousin of President Jonathan arrested over $40 million. I don't like this idea of they're trying to circle the president, going around a whole hero of democracy. Yeah? This is not good. The Nobel Prize Committee, they are watching this, and you are denying this man the chance to be a Nobel Prize winner this year. This is not good. That is not correct. That is not correct. Kachiku, fuel scarcity will end on Wednesday in Abuja and Lagos.
Really?
Oh yeah, he promised that on Wednesday in Abuja, that was last Wednesday, in Abuja, if you are still having problem getting fuel, it's not my fault. He said it will end on Wednesday in Abuja and Lagos. Now, for those of you who live in Nigeria, you have to wait till May. They will take care of people in Abuja and Lagos. U.S. naval officer slapped me when I was a cab driver, says Bola Tinubu.
No. Wow.
I know. You know what? This naval officer should get an award because the man saw the future. He knew what this man was capable of doing if they leave him in America.
He knew.
So with that slap, the man left America. Nigeria became victim and America just survived. I'm not the one saying this. Read the comments under the story. 10,000 police recruitment is to tackle unemployment, says Buhari. No. I don't buy it. I don't support this.
Wow.
This is a bad reason to hire police officers. You hire police officers because you need them to protect people. If you need to just hire people to go, tell them to go and dig up, repair roads, hire them, but not to be police officers. That's not why we have police officers.
Woo!
Panama leaks. My hands are clean. You will hear from my lawyers. This is David Mark. He's saying to reporters who are writing these stories about him that his hands are clean. Now, who will tell this man that it is not his hands that we are worried about? It is his dirty conscience.
Hey!
I'm just saying, I'm just saying. We're not worried about his hands. He can wash his hands any day he wants, but his conscience, deep inside, dark and dirty. Fuel crisis. We will vote Buhari out in 2019, Enugu residents say.
Wow.
Yeah, they are going to vote Buhari out in 2019. Now, I don't want to be, if I want to bust their bubble, I'll remind them that they didn't vote him in to begin with. So, if you don't vote someone in, you can't vote them out because, you know what I mean? They've tried it before. I don't want to. Let them just be happy. I want people to be happy. I don't want to mess up their day. Drug use. IG ordered urine test for Nigerian police.
What?
Oh yeah. I pity the lab that will do this test. Have you gone around the police barracks in Nigeria where they pee? Near the wall where they pee. The smell. I just pity. I pity the lab that will do this test. Just the smell will tell you these people smoke Igbo. Look at here. I know. Rastaman, you understand what I mean? Rastaman. I know you do a lot of that, and you know how it smells.
He's shaking
I know. He whips after sex. This is from Vanguard. This is a newspaper, Nigeria. I'm like, hey, yeah, who will blame him? He could not believe that he did it and that he lasted for that long.
Doctor!
No, that's why he's whipping. The guy is crying.
Doctor!
It's not his fault. And you know what? Now God win. Do you know that song? I don't get a lot. Now God win.
Doctor! Hey,
I'm just
watching.
Okay, take this one out. Take it out.
Get out of here.
What's wrong with you? Take that one out. Kids are watching.
They are watching.
But they read newspapers too. What am I talking about? Get out of here.
Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
It's time for your email. Tomato Juice. This is new style. Is it Beyonce? What is going on? Is it?
It's Rihanna.
Rihanna. Oh. Rihanna is dangerous. She's not like an ordinary performer. No, she can do some
like what?
Kinky things.
Like
all right, let's go. Okay,
Shy.
so do we have emails today?
Every day, doctor.
All right, let's hear them. Please.
Okay, our first email is from Ayo. He writes.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Oh, I remember him. Amala and the Wedu, we used to eat that long time ago in Ibadan. Yeah.
I thought it was whiskey.
No. It may be.
You never know.
He may be using fake name.
He writes.
He's asking me to support him in the lane that I'm not supporting him. I'm not
Respect your elders.
I'm not supporting him.
Doctor.
Yes.
Please, what is the duty of President Buhari at the 4th Nuclear Security Summit holding in the USA when Russia ignored the meeting? Is this the way to spend taxpayers' money? I requested you help us calculate all his trip expenses, but you ignored my earlier messages.
My friend, Ayo, thank you so much. Apparently, you're not alone. People did not see this picture of Buhari's ADC taking video with an iPad. Look at that picture. Yeah. This, my friend, that is the reason why Buhari had to come to this seat.
Hey!
Do you want to know another reason?
Why?
Now, because for Buhari to be introduced to the Prime Minister of Canada. Did you watch that? When Obama introduced Buhari to the Prime Minister.
Right.
Okay, watch it.
Mr. President, you doing all right? I hope all the accommodations have been okay. Good. Have you met Prime Minister Trudeau? Very much. He's doing a good job.
You see what I'm saying? Next.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Our second email is from Femi Ojo. He writes.
Femi Ojo, I think.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. It's our friend. Yeah.
So, hi, Dr. Damages. I don't understand why Nigeria should have so-called illiterate, uncivilized, imbecile group of people calling themselves lawmakers in Nigeria. I believe many of them went to school but never allowed school to pass through them. We have seen lawmakers and senates fighting, punching, and throwing things at each other in a meeting. It is unheard of.
What?
Talking of equality with women, most of African men suffer from inferiority complex. They are intimidated when a woman is making progress, forgetting that what a man can do, a woman can also do it better if you give her the chance.
I agree.
And Adej says, for a man to see a snake and a woman kills it, the most important thing is for the snake not to escape.
Wow.
We all need to embrace women to higher authority in Nigeria. I agree.
Thank you, Femi. Thank you so much. Let's start with the lawmakers. Lawmakers fighting is a sign of passion.
Hey!
It takes passion to lift a chair and throw it at your colleague. If you doubt me, try it today. Go try it.
Around.
It happens all over the world. And I'm happy that Nigerians don't just hide money in Panama. We also fight the same way lawmakers in Poland and Ukraine fight. Now, about equality with women, let me say this. I am for Mamudoka, killing the snake. If there's a snake in the house, you want Mamudoka, I'm for. Let her kill it. And I support Adeola being the first lady. I'm a feminist like that. I'm a feminist like that. Is that not what he's saying? Yeah. Yeah.
You know, why
I
not?
support equality.
Why not?
Mahmoud Oka, if a snake comes into the house, go and kill it. Adeola, go and be the vice president. No.
You said vice.
First lady. First lady. Vice president is too cheap. Next.
We'll be visiting. Okay, our third email is from Yinka in Europe. He writes, Hello, the number one doctor.
That's my friend. I knew it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. Please keep up the good work.
We try.
Doctor, I'm really hurt. I want you to diagnose the curriculum in Nigerian education, especially the science department. We need to upgrade. I came to Europe to study medicine, and it's like I haven't even been to school before.
What?
Everything was so advanced. Instead of wasting precious time teaching crab-like grasshopper and monoclitid leaves, while China keep making inventory, make Nigeria start teaching things. We're going to make our technology to develop.
Wow. My friend, thank you so much. But let me ask you, where are we going to find the money to upgrade our science education when people in government are stealing the money
In the Panama
and taking it abroad? For safekeeping. Where? But imagine drawing grasshopper without light, water, fuel. Nigeria made pencil. How can you draw grasshopper? So what I'm saying is this. I understand you are shocked when you got abroad to study medicine. Just imagine the people that doctors at home are treating who studied under that kind of condition. Imagine. I'm just saying. People like us who are trained abroad, we understand what we're saying. So welcome, my man. Welcome.
Somebody said, where are you?
Yeah. Welcome, my friend. You are seeing what we're... That's why I'm here. Trying to bring light to darkness.
Our final email is from Bukumi. She writes, Hi, Dr. Damages. I really didn't like your show at first. But after watching a few episodes with my mom, I realized that your show is kind of addictive. And I love it.
Thank you.
But I'm really concerned about one thing. The way you badmouth people of God is dangerous. If you need to damage some people, don't interfere with the people of God.
What?
Try to improve on the way you talk about them. Thank you.
Wow.
Bukumi.
Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you watched the show with your mom. So let me be careful what I say here. I always get emails like yours about men of God and what we say about them. If we cannot make men of God to do the right thing, we have no hope of making men of occults and men of juju to do the right thing. That is how the world works. You pay taxes to the government, and that gives you the right to hold the government accountable. And so it is that when you pay tithes to men of God, it gives you the right to demand accountability from them.
Hey!
What? Are you going... Okay. Are you going to make armed robbers to do the right thing? You have to start with somewhere. The men of God should have the conscience. Not people who do not have conscience. Don't let me go offline now.
Preach, Mr. Preacher.
Anyway. That's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to drdamages@gmail.com. And follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
And on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
And on what else is
on
new
Twitter,
out there?
On LinkedIn, on Snapchat.
Snap, do we have that?
Hey,
do we have Snapchat?
We are on Snapchat right now.
Here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, Characteristics of Tombo by George Ada. Do you know that book? It's a very important book. Yeah, and it says, everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear.
Wow.
There's fear, there is you. You go to the other side of fear, you get everything you ever wanted.
Yeah.
Until next week, I am Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Wait.
So basically, you ask yourself,
wait.
What will Chris Brown do?
Wait.
And then you do the opposite.
Wait. This week in Boston, we are going to see you. Remember, it's on Saturday, April 16th at Roxbury Community College.
Woo!
We have wonderful shows for you. Keeping It Real is planning something that I've never seen before.
Hey!
You won't believe it.
Whoa!
You to blow your mind.
Whoa!
And of course, Tomato Joss will be there. And she's going to dance. I mean, it's
Why
something...
don't I just dance now?
No. Reserve it. Don't show it to people who are not paying. This is for paying people who are paying.
We're going to rock Roxbury.
No. I mean, there's a difference between what we show you on TV, free TV, you stay at home and you click your computer and watch, and what we show you when you pay to come. And there's an after party.
More money, no problem.
Yeah. So we hope to see you, okay? You have anything else to say to them?
No, just come out. I might have a surprise.
You see, it's not from my mouth now. It's coming from the horse's mouth. Surprise. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I'm begging you. Can you go and watch more? They asked me to do this. Otherwise, there won't be, things are hard. Watch more. In fact, there's some way I'm cooking a goose. Also subscribe to the Sahara YouTube account. What is the name of the account again? Anyway, subscribe. Whatever they say, subscribe. Click on it. Please. For me. Nice. Thank you.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 08075787135 or 08099900601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.